What's going on, gaming homies? Sega Man back here. That's right, with another video. I hope you guys enjoyed my last video because it came from the heart. A lot of people responded to that video, and I want to say thanks, guys, for your opinion on that video because it came from the heart and I meant it, what I said in that last video. But we're back with another top 10 video. This time it's going to be the TurboGrafx 16. Some of you might know about the TurboGrafx 16. Some of you might not. So if you don't, you'll get a little history lesson here. These are my top 10 favorite games for the TurboGrafx 16. And I also have an honorable mention too for it. And then I have a couple other things I want to talk about that's been going on. It's going to be brief, but I'm very happy about and to see what's going on in the industry and how things are going. So, let's get started, okay? Now, TurboGrafx games are very expensive today. They're not hard to come by, but if you go on eBay or any place like that, or Amazon, you're going to pay, even if it's just the tape. If it's complete, it's probably going to be a little more. You know what I mean? So, the first one we're going to start out with here is called, it's a side-scrolling shooter. It's called Sinetron. It's a great game. Now, I paid, I think it was $15 for this game, which isn't bad because it isn't complete. If you want to find these games complete, they're going to cost a lot more. I've seen a lot of TurboGrafx 16 games starting from like 50 and up. You know what I mean? So, they're kind of expensive. The first one here is called Sinetron. I only have the cartridge, but I didn't pay like a whole lot for it, and it's a great side-scrolling shoot 'em up game for the TurboGrafx 16. That's my number 10, and it's really not bad. If you can find it on the cheap, pick it up if you have a TurboGrafx 16. If you don't have a TurboGrafx 16, maybe you can find one cheap on eBay or possibly Amazon. It's a great system. It only has one controller. It was a very unusual system, and for the time it had really pretty good gameplay and graphics for most of the part. But they were expensive games at the time. Now, my number 9 game, which you can find this game on, I can't remember which compilation disc it is on the Xbox and PlayStation. It is called, and this one is complete, it is called Sidearms. It's another good game, side-scrolling shoot 'em up for the TurboGrafx 16. It started here and they ported it to other systems, but it's a great game. You know what I mean? Like I said, I like the little cartridges things. They're pretty cool, but it's a great game. Recently, I just, I've been having a bad sore, like a sore throat. But I came back and made these videos, man. Wanted to get back to it. So, now, the next one here is called Alien Crash. And this is number 8. This is a pinball game for the TurboGrafx 16. Really alien-ish like type game. It's really, really good game for the TurboGrafx 16. These games have went up in price. But it was a cool concept of a pinball game. It's a really good game. I loved it. I played it a lot back in the day. Sometimes I still play it today. But Alien Crash is not a bad pinball game at all. It has really good detailed pinball-like graphics with the alien graphics in the backgrounds and stuff like that. Detailing the bumpers and everything that's in this game. It is pretty awesome. It's not bad. Now, my number 7 game, which is really good. This game has appeared on the Nintendo and the Super NES. It is this is the New Adventure Island by Hudson Soft. Another great game for the TurboGrafx 16. Music was pretty cool in it. Not a bad game. This is what it looks like right here. It's not bad. These, like I said, these games have went up in price, but it's not a bad game for your TurboGrafx 16 if you can find it. You know what I mean? It's kind of a side-scrolling adventure game. It's really cool. I loved it. You know what I mean? It's a really awesome game. You should give it a shot. Wow. My number 6 game Really good game. Started out on the TurboGrafx 16. One of the best horror games ever made, and I think some of you already know what it is, and it is still the best to me on this system because it started on this system. It is Splatterhouse. Now this game is very expensive right now. You might be able to find the little card maybe a little cheaper. I'm not sure, but if you want it complete, I even have the paper box for it. You know, back then I think I paid $25 for it, so it's a lot more now, a hell of a lot more now. But Splatterhouse was a really good at the time. The graphics for the game were just amazing. Amazing side-scrolling 2D graphics, man. It is an awesome game. You can't go wrong with Splatterhouse. A great Halloween game to play on Halloween. But Splatterhouse, really good game. Very expensive game. But if you can find it on a cheap, you need to definitely pick this up and own this for your TurboGrafx 16. Okay. Now, we'll get down to the nitty-gritty here. My number 5 game, which is another great side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. Really good game. Probably went up in price a little bit. The art on this is pretty cool. It's not bad. It is Blazing Lasers. Blazing Lasers is another good shoot-'em-up game for the TurboGrafx 16. You know, just like the other ones, you know. But it is an awesome shoot-'em-up. Now, if you like shoot-'em-up games, you'll like Blazing Lasers. It is an awesome shoot-'em-up game for the TurboGrafx 16. It's not the best for the TurboGrafx 16, but it's up there. It's a really good game to own for your TurboGrafx 16. So if you find it on the cheap, Blazing Lasers. Not a bad game. I played this game over and over and over and over again. It is a great game to own for your TurboGrafx 16. Now, my number... where are we at here? Yeah, my number 4 game. This game came out on the Sega Master System. And it also came out for the TurboGrafx 16. To me, now the Sega Master System, you know, was an 8-bit, I believe, 8-bit system. So it's not going to be as good. It doesn't look as good as the one on the TurboGrafx. TurboGrafx ones, I do admit, it looks better on there. It is Vigilante. This is a great side-scrolling beat-em-up. In the early days, might as well say it's like kind of like a little bit like a Streets of Rage. But Vigilante was a great game, side-scrolling beat-em-up for your TurboGrafx 16. Great, cool music in it, and it also had pretty decent sound effects, and graphics were pretty decent. The animations in this game were great. But Vigilante is an awesome game to own for your TurboGrafx 16, if you could pick it up on the cheap. Alright, that's my number 3 game, which was another great game for the TurboGrafx 16. I think it was actually their mascot, and it is Bonk's Adventure. Another great game for your TurboGrafx 16. Colorful. The animations were awesome in this game. When you would eat like meats and the meats in the game, like the food in the game, you would like morph into this like different type of, like, look like a demon Bonk. I can't really explain it, but he becomes kind of invincible. But it is a great game to own for your TurboGrafx 16. Bonks. Now the Bonks games have really went up. I only have this one. I think Bonk's Adventure 2 is very expensive. They're expensive, but I am happy to at least have this one. And I have a Bonks on my Super NES. It's an import one for the import Super NES, which is another great game. But Bonk's Adventure is really good on the TurboGrafx 16. Now, this is my number 2 game. This game was awesome. The first game was good, but the graphics in this game for back at the time were amazing. Amazing color, graphics, and music all put into one card. This game, to me, is legendary. It is Legendary Axe 2. This game is awesome. I mean, the animations in this game blew me away. It just blew me away. Even back in the day when my friend had a TurboGrafx 16, Mike, and I didn't, and I was just rocking the Sega Genesis, I played this, and I just was blown away completely. If you do get a TurboGrafx 16, you must try to get Legendary Axe 2. It is expensive today, but it is very, very good side-scrolling hack and slash game, and I think it was a hit of its time. To tell you the truth, it is an awesome game, and they did a very good job on this game. This game, if you get it, guys, I guarantee you will enjoy it. Legendary Axe 2 was a great game. That is my number 9 game. Legendary Axe 1 was good too, but 2 surpassed it. Awesome game. Now my last game, side-scrolling shoot 'em up. Kind of expensive, but I like this game, and I picked this as my number 1 game because it is a unique game. Like, you seen the game I showed you one time on my 32S called Colibri, which is a side-scrolling game where you're a bird, shoot 'em up, side-scrolling shoot 'em up where you're a bird and you have to destroy the other birds, like the evil birds that try to get to you, and there's some plants and stuff like that. It was a really weird game. Now, to me, the TurboGrafx game, side-scrolling shoot 'em up, this game is unique. It is different. And it kind of reminds you a little bit of a Darius Gaiden, kinda, but this is their version of it, and I just thought it was different and unique. It is called Deep Blue. This is a very unique side-scrolling shoot 'em up for your TurboGrafx 16. It's not easy. It's hard. It's hard. I haven't beaten this game yet, but Deep Blue was a pretty awesome game for your TurboGrafx. If you could find it on the cheap, man, it's really, really good game. It is challenging, so if you like challenging side-scrolling shmups, pick up Deep Blue. It is awesome. Now, my honorable mention game I found at a Goodwill for $2. It is a clone and their version of a Zelda. This is called Neutopia for TurboGrafx 16. I played a little bit of this. It is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. It's their version of a Zelda. Very expensive game right now, but I found it for $2 there, and I honestly believe they didn't know what it was. A lot of people don't know what the TurboGrafx 16 is. I think they thought it was maybe a computer game, so they priced it at that price. But I found this game for $2, and it was the only game there. Excuse me. I was skeptical about it too, but I had to pick it up because it was for the TurboGrafx 16. So this is my honorable mention, Neutopia. Looks like a pretty decent game, you know, when I played it. And like I said, it reminded me of a Zelda, and it is really good. So if you can pick it up and you like Zelda, try Neutopia out. It's a really, really cool game. Now, before I leave this video, guys, thank you for watching my top 10 for TurboGrafx 16. I was at work yesterday, but I got to catch Inside Xbox. I think they did a really good job yesterday. They introduced the diskless Xbox One S. It looks really cool. It's all over the news. There's a lot of hype about it. And that's for people that want to just buy and play their games digitally. And Microsoft Xbox was the first to come out with this diskless system. So I'm very happy for the Microsoft team, Phil Spencer and the crew. It looks very cool. You know, I mean, it's not going to be for everybody. Okay, it's not. But it looks really cool. And I'm glad that they did this and they made the news, and they had a really good show yesterday. They really did. They had a really good show to me. And they were talking about E3 a little bit and FanFest. Xbox FanFest is coming up, which is cool. You know. But to me, what stole the show, what I'm going to show you, that I had in my Xbox 360 library for a long time, that was a great game and I beat it. It is a really cool game. It came back compat yesterday with 4K assets and enhancements. It is Ninja Gaiden 2. This is an awesome game, guys. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't buy this game, try this game out. If you love Ninja Gaiden, you don't have to. Try it out on your Xbox. It is enhanced now with 4K. especially if you have the Xbox One X. But if you have the S, it'll still look good on your S. This is a very great game. By Tecmo and Team Ninja. And I can't wait to play this game today. I'm going to actually try this game after I get off here doing this video. But I'm very excited to see this in 4K and see what they've done to improve it, you know, graphically for these new systems, you know. And I loved this game, and it's definitely worth playing over again. It's definitely worth a purchase for you to play on your Xbox One. Very good game, guys. Very good game. And also what came with enhancements, if you guys didn't catch it before I go real quick, was Splinter Cell, Conviction, Double Agent, Fable 2 and 3. They're all enhanced now, I believe, in 4K. So I was really excited for them yesterday. They did a good job. And that's what I like about gaming. Positive stuff that's coming out. People can be excited for things. That's what it's all about. E3's coming up, guys. Be excited, you know, if you're a gamer. Check out the E3 conferences. You know, it's going to be a great year for us for gaming. All right? And I also want to thank all my subscribers for subscribing to me and checking out my videos like always. And shouts out to everybody that subscribes to me and tells me what they think about my video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your week. All right? Sega Man out. Peace. Xbox for life, Holmes. Later.